like to call to order the meeting of the January 8th, 2019 meeting of the City of Columbiana Planning Commission. I'd like you to all rise for our invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag.
Lord, we pray that you will give our commission members the faith and courage to carry on their duties. Help them to do right, to deal fairly with others, and to place their trust in you. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we call the roll. Here.
Donna? Here. Rick?
Here.
Tucker?
Here.
Brian?
Here. Thank you. You received a copy of the December 11th, 2018 minutes of the Planning Commission. I'd like to ask if there are any questions or comments, suggested changes. Hearing none, we'll accept those minutes as submitted. There's no old business. We'll move to new business tonight. And the agenda item of tonight's meeting is a reorganization of a meeting to elect a chairperson for 2019. Comments?
I would just like to make a comment that I think he's doing an outstanding job. And so I'd like to offer your name as being the chairperson for 2019 year.
There's a motion. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second.
Okay, it's a motion and a second. Are there any other nominations that anyone would like to bring forward tonight? Hearing none, is there any other questions or comments on the motion?
Do you accept?
I will accept it. I will accept it one more year. And I think it'll be enough people up here ready to move in. Okay, Dan, call the roll.
Scott?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Rick?
Abstain.
Tucker?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes. Motion is approved.
Congratulations.
That's nice of you, Rick.
Okay, you have nothing else coming before us that you're aware of tonight? Okay, item 8 is our commission comments.
I have one. It was in our package showing the yearly comparison of permits that have been issued. And I think it shows that the city is definitely in the right way, and we felt it this past year. There was 43 new homes built, which was the largest year since 2006. So, and it wasn't even close. It was about 400% increase over 2017. So, good stuff going on.
Good, excellent.
What was the big hit in 2016? We had a $16 million commercial. Was that the Town Center? Town Center? That was a big, but that was a huge jump compared to everything else we had going on.
That's the town center.
So that's the
What year was that?
2016. Fall 16, yes.
It's a good sign.
I would think to maybe have that, I think you'll see that number even greater this year.
Oh, yeah, and I think with what the mayor's just asked council, maybe we start the year off with about 25% of that number.
Has there been any update on, boiler?
As far as,
Just as far as getting through the whole process?
I think things are progressing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with Lance and today, in fact, and he says everything's proceeding, according to the plans at this point.
Great.
So, good news. Okay, any other commission comments? I'd just like to say that, I think last year was a good year. I think we have a good group up here. I'm really proud to be a part of this, planning commission. I think one of the strengths of Columbiana over the years has been a good, strong planning commission. And I hope that we've continued that tradition, so, I look forward to, working with the rest of you as we go through the year, make some good progress. Very good. Any other comments up there?
One thing, we did talk about a little bit last time about who was nominated for the, what was that new board that was being developed? We nominated
Well, for the
somebody.
CRA.
Yeah. And we nominated somebody as a, Thomas, he accepted that nomination?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes, he
We
did.
should put
Our
that in.
assignments, or our recommendations completed then, yes?
For that piece,
And then I think council has completed theirs as well, correct?
No,
they have not yet.
we have not.
I have, and planning commission has, council has not.
They plan to, I think, at the next meeting, is that right, Dan? We were gonna discuss it at the next meeting.
I'm not sure.
We have two people have put in a letter, so, and the city needs to appoint two, so hopefully we'll get that done this month.
You voted to have it put on the agenda for the next council meeting.
Thank you.
And those are for to complete the housing council.
Yes.
Well, and you know that once that group's selected, then they'll get together and they'll select two more. And they have to be residents of the city. So that's actually how that would get taken care of. The other issue that we have to deal with right now, that the city council's gonna have to deal with, is establishing the negotiation committee. And that will be on business development projects when the law requires negotiation on, what kind of benefits.
Versus residential,
Yeah.
because residential can be approved, I believe, by Lance directly, can't it?
Pretty much, yes.
That's the way I understand it.
Yeah, because, so we still have that hurdle to go over to get that established. And I know Lance is working on that right now to get that worked out. So, that's where that is. It's gonna be a very interesting process.
And I can share just from a residential standpoint, but hopefully from a commercial and industrial as well, that, there's already interest, and there's, part of what I do and a lot of people are doing is promoting the opportunity. And what we don't realize is sometimes from a residential standpoint, you decide to build a house, you're gonna build a house. But there's a reason to build a house inside the city, now bigger reason, larger reason than maybe just outside. But what we don't realize is, some people don't realize is that savings doesn't really take place for quite a while versus commercial and residential. And I think that was part of the maybe urgency at last council meeting to say we gotta get a few things in place.
Right.
Well, for the CRA?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we need all of these boards in place
Yes.
for everything to start taking place. Your Heritage Master Plan has asked council, for commercial, development to do like triplex units, because they're commercial, because of the size of them, it goes through council, not that board. And nothing is fully in place yet, so they're using it as like the test of everything that, so that's, the urgency is you got 14 or 17 homes, I can't remember off the top of my head, that are waiting to be built. He wants to have that ground broken, started yet this spring. So, that's why we had 43 units last year. We're gonna start the year right out of the gate with that. And just so everyone knows, the CRA he's had this for like 18 years or 15, something like that. And he never did anything with it because of the cost. But the CRA offsets the balance owed on the tax side, which allows him to finance the project.
And that's what I hope we'll see. You know, that'll be the motivation. Any other comments? The one comment I would like to bring up, and maybe I could ask you to research this for our next meeting. When we approved the Ranch project, if you recall going back on Main Street, it's on your mind, does anybody else here remember if we talked about them coming back to us in a year with further plans? Or am I dreaming of that? I don't even know when the Ranch project is approved. I thought they were gonna bring back more expensive
It seems to
plans.
me that they were in a future date, but I don't know what time frame.
Maybe
Could you
pull the
check
minutes
that?
from that.
Or,
Just pull the
can
minutes.
you
maybe.
pull them in?
Yeah, that'd be easy to do.
You're talking about the deli?
Right uptown. I thought he came in and he showed us some.
He's talking about
He had a drawing of,
food truck.
yeah,
okay.
Like the food.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about
Rankins. You're thinking-
Rankins, okay, that means.
And the reason I bring it up is that, you know, there were discussions at our planning commission meeting that, you know, what about restroom facilities, and there were other questions about issues about seating, potential seating, and what they're gonna do. And I would like to know what the date is that they were supposed to talk to us. I think we need to have those plans looked at.
I think they were talking about doing something in the spring.
Yeah.
I think they were doing a planning in the spring,
Yeah.
and I have to check the meeting.
So if we can check and see, and it may be the spring, but I'd like to know that date.
Sure.
Anything else?
Okay.
Okay, the next on our agenda is, public comments. Anyone out there like to make a comment this evening? Okay. Well, could I entertain a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Moved. The meeting is